today what I want to do is talk to Rolly and Clayton. Okay, Rolly was my dad's friend that my dad was staying with. He was terminally ill. We all knew he was going to pass very shortly, and he did. Just this week he passed. But unexpectedly, 2 days before that, his brother died.
Hey Gary, it's just me back.
Yeah.
Listen, my stepsister Gail is here, Pat's daughter. She has always wanted to, ever since Grant had done that one. I don't know if you're aware, Grant done one time, and he contacted me, and he'd done it right after Mom passed away. Apparently, he had a dream or something.
Yeah, I did see that one.
Okay, right. So, anyways, Gail, I'd had Gail here before, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's so interesting," and she loved it. And so she has a friend. She said, "Oh my God, could I go see this guy?" And I said, maybe if Gary wants to come over, I don't know what you got going on today, but he was my friend for 35 years.
Oh, okay.
For 35 years, and he just passed not long ago, eh?
Oh, okay.
I just thought there was a few clear things in the past that
there are weird things that are said that make 100% sense that I can't explain, and it happens every video. But the skeptic in me keeps saying, be very skeptical, even though it said my dad. It's in the last session it said my dad's nickname, Hoagie, and then it said Kenny, okay. And it's weird things that I know the box shouldn't freaking know.
And that's what I'm saying. There's a few things that that box wouldn't say if it wasn't Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a certain word comes up and it came up, then it would, like, if it's the right word or whatever, it would be Rick. You know, because so that's cool that it said Hoagie when it was with Rolly you were doing it, or? Yeah,
I did a session in the hot tent the other night, and it just briefly asked a couple questions. It might have been even posted today, Laura. That video.
Okay, I'm gonna go on, Gary. I'm gonna check now and check that out. But
yeah,
Gail, interest. It is freaking. Gail finds it. She's fascinated with it.
Oh, I kind of am too. But the skeptic in me always says, the scientist in me says, be very skeptical of it, even though I get these things that do make sense. Okay. Well, I can ask. I can ask if Rick is around and if he has anything to say to Gail, and we'll just see. I'll record it because then I'll have to listen to it, and if there's anything, I'll.
He had a 7-month-old puppy that he had when he passed. Her name was Peanut, and I have her now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
that's basically all I can tell you, other than if I was sitting there listening and then hearing words that would be familiar. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool shit. That's really cool.
Okay, so Laura called me back, and she has a friend who actually watches the channel, and she just happened to say a friend of hers had passed away. And I don't get requests a lot. I don't take requests a lot to do it. But because Laura is such a good family friend, I'll do this for Laura and Gail. So, Rick, your friend Gail wants to know, do you have a message or can you say anything pertinent to Gail to let her know that you're okay? Or a personal message for her? That might have just said Peanut. Peanut was Rick's dog. Clayton, where did you die? Rolly, you had probably one of the worst types of cancer that you can have, and you battled it hard for years. Are you in a better place now? You know, was that a life lesson? Was that something you chose before you came here? It's a struggle that, and people always say we choose what happens to us here to learn and grow from it. You know, is that what happened, or is that all nonsense? Okay, so we've talked to Rick, who was an unexpected request today. We have talked to Rolly and Clayton. And now I want to move on, and I want to talk to Great Grandpa Henry. You were removed from the tombstone, the family headstone that you and Grandma shared, by your great grandchildren for being an asshat. I have no other way to say it, for treating your family like dirt. How does that make you feel? I heard hurt and mean. Now, are you referring to the fact that you hurt people and were mean, or that you now feel hurt and that was mean that they removed you from the headstone? If you could do it all again, would you be a better husband, a better father, better grandfather? Would you be more loving? What was your first wife's name? I don't think they named the baby. But was it the death of your first wife that turned you into the hardened man that you became? And it's really weird, guys, because I have this feeling, and oh, there it is, the shiver down my neck. I haven't had that for a little bit here. When I think of my great Aunt Audrey, I feel a great sadness. I've told you guys this before. And I feel a kinship with her, and I didn't know her well as a child. I only remember going there a few times, but she was always loving, baking pies that were this big and this deep, apple and blueberry pies. I remember helping do some wood for her, when I was a kid. And but now as an adult, and I go through this family history, I feel a great sadness for this woman who was raised by a man who wasn't her father, born out of wedlock, and then married off in later years to a man who was just as bad to her. And through it all, everyone who talks about Great Aunt Audrey says she was the most loving, caring, beautiful soul. And I feel a kinship with her. And I feel my own daughter, Hannah, has that same kind of personality. Aunt Audrey, do you want to come through? Can you talk to me? Just connecting with Aunt Audrey, sending some light, giving her a hug. Wherever you are in the universe, I know you were a beautiful soul. I hear it from those who remember you, and I felt it as a child that you were a very loving and caring woman. So can you come through and connect and give us a message? Great Grandma Della, Do you have anything you would like to add to this scenario? Because I hear that you are also a very loving, caring, family-oriented woman. Gentle. Uncle Art. Now, I also want to ask about reincarnation because in the last video, I realized that there are multiple generations of our family that share the same birth date. Is there really something to reincarnation? You know, are we reliving these lives or new lives and correcting past mistakes, doing this over and over? And are we actually continuing on the generations of our own families? Is that how it works? And if that's the case, who am I? Who was I? And Audrey, are you happy on the other side? Is there light and love and peacefulness and beauty and everlasting happiness where you are? Alright guys, a lot of stuff to go through. More people to contact today than I actually set out to, and I had quite a few when I set out, right? So in the end we ended up talking to Doug, maybe Rolly, maybe Clayton, and then all of the family members that I wanted to talk to. Great-Grandpa Henry, Great-Aunt Audrey, I heard Art, who was my great-uncle, that was Audrey's brother. Dan, I didn't hear his name, but that was my grandfather, that was their brother as well. Great-Grandma Della. A whole host of family could have came through. I don't know because I can only catch little bits and pieces. So let's get home on the computer. You guys will already know what it says, but I got to go figure it out. So I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.